we're streaming, but it's probably not going to say the right date.
Oh well.
Or did it? It actually said the goddamn right date. Holy.
It'll be the wrong date for me. Go.
Well, you don't count, okay?
Yeah.
Euro onward doesn't count. Also, I wish that our planet was big enough for the point where, while it's rotating, it was already like 2 days ahead on like another part of the planet, and then the other part's
That'd be
like,
pretty good.
It's like it's just becoming night for one side, and then the next day
Oh, there's
it's
a
like
part where
already.
it's pretty much 1 day ahead.
Yeah, I know, and that's like Asia as far off as you can get.
Yeah.
That's
But,
why.
like,
That's
of
why
course,
when
it can only get 1 day ahead because Earth rotates 24 hours.
yeah, but like
But
you don't know for other planets.
yeah, that's
Like
true.
they might have some sort of weird axial movement that allows that sort of bull crap.
Yeah, but people don't live there.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a really dumb conversation to be a part of, and I'd rather not continue it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, as for the stuff I wanted to discuss before we really get rolling on anything, what I wanted to talk about more or less was Ubisoft's decision that. Hello there, Liz.
It is.
What I want to talk about was Ubisoft's decision that female game models are too expensive, and so they aren't going to include any in Unity, despite the fact that Assassin's Creed Unity was originally intended to have a female multiplayer.
What's up, because I've been avoiding most things about it, so I can have a...
They said that it was going to be co-op and that there was going to be a female option, right? And the female option essentially just stopped existing. And their rationale was, oh, it costs too much money. And meanwhile, we have like 5 or 6 different games coming out with female protagonists, and like I'm not gonna even go into the ones that have females as playable characters, but like as a protagonist who you can play as in the game, and that's all they needed to do. They were just like, no, costs too much money.
Okay, who actually said that it cost too much money? Was it the company itself, or was it just one guy?
Yeah, no, it wasn't the company itself. It was the Assassin's Creed Unity division of Ubisoft. Ubisoft themselves are having an internal fight over this, because the lead guy for like one game and the lead guy for another game were like, no, you don't, like, it was like in the Assassin's Creed, branch too. One of them was like Evelyn, the woman from Liberation, right? She had almost the exact same mocap motions as Connor. Almost nothing new had to be made for her. And when they did another game, they were talking about how in their mocap stuff for Watch Dogs, that was it. The mocap for Watch Dogs, the male and female movement is almost indistinguishable from one another. So they're calling each other out, like their own company is calling out their own company, saying, no, you're just too lazy to make a woman. And that's kind of what it is. And I just kind of want to, branch on that, because to me it's one of those things where it's like, I'm a guy, and so it's always kind of like, hey, here's a scruffy white dude protagonist. And so, yeah, that's cool, but sometimes I want to play as a woman because it can influence the game differently, or you just feel differently about the character, right? And, like, that's one of those situations where, to me, it's just kind of like, there are known female assassins in these games. One of the most prominent assassins of revolutionary France was a woman.
Yeah.
What's up? And, like, I don't mean to be dragging this up and getting frustrated about it, but it's weird to me when Ubisoft was basically like, yeah, it would take too much time and money, and I'm like, it probably wouldn't. Okay, I need to get my screen to a reasonable level there. There we go.
I don't know, in the history of games that Ubisoft has made, they've seemed very, I don't know, like, okay, they've had women games, or women in it, and they've had men very equally, and this is the first game where people really got up in arms about it.
Yeah, but like, that's the
first,
thing.
It's also
like,
the first time, though.
I think the reason that they're getting up in arms about it is because they were like, hey, we're going to have this, and then at the last minute they're like, by the way, now we're not.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like there was a female assassin who you could play as. What happened to that? like, not to sound like I'm an expert on the game industry, I'm not by any extent of the imagination. Why can't you take the wire mesh of that character, implant that into the next one? Freaking OTI brag.
Don't worry about it.
They're saying the same thing about Far Cry 4 now, too. They were going to be a female in co-op, but they ran out of time. Good job, Ubi. Yeah, so, like, I don't know if it's like... Well, that's another thing. Far Cry is just one of those games where it's always really male-centric. And I get that. That's Far Cry. So, I'm not too big on, like, that issue, but, like, there was already an Assassin's Creed with a woman in it. You can just copy out the wire mesh and add in different features, right? Like, you already have the framework, the basis of a female character. Plus, it's not like they don't model a female character in that game ever. There's going to be a woman in it at some point, right? Like, imagine a
in,
game...
like, the earlier games, I'm pretty sure in, like, some of the multiplayer, you could also play as female assassin.
Yeah. So, like, I get that you're moving on to PS4, right? New engine. I have a hard time believing that you can't just shift over some data. Because, like, they didn't remake Grand Theft Auto 5 and go, like, here you go, new game. They remade it, but, like, added textures and made it look better.
Yeah, it's just layers.
Yeah, like, you can transfer a model over, I'm pretty sure. Like, the coding can't be that different. Like... What's a few days of adding a few lines of code and shifting around some appearance? Like, you could even still have a black lady assassin if you wanted to be that lazy. Because there were, shocker, black people in France in the 1800s. Like, if you just want to be lazy, just change your hairstyle, cut it all off or something. Say that it's a descendant, say that it's... Who cares? Say that it's an ancestor if it's earlier. I don't know when it takes place in the continuity, but, like, it's one of those things of, like, I get that there's stuff that is promised and then cut, but don't be like, hey, this is a big thing, and then, well, sorry. It's kind of a dick move type of thing.
Yeah.
It would be like if, like, this is a thing that happened a few times with Nintendo, but it always happens in, like, the graphic department or a feature rather than something like that. It would be like if they were like, hey, new Metroid game's coming out, you're a boy now. Why? Oh, well, we just didn't feel like animating the boobs on Samus.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, like, it feels really lazy on Ubi's part. And, like, I like Ubi because they're a company that will let you monetize anything pretty much. And... You know, generally speaking, they're very respectful about everything. Like, if you look at every Assassin's Creed ever, they have that disclaimer saying that they worked with a group of multi-ethnic, multi-racial people that have, you know, different views, and they check historical texts all the time. And don't get me wrong, like, they really stretch history. But it's a game where aliens, like, created humanity, and then humanity broke free, and then somehow the aliens died, and then... the apocalypse was supposed to happen, so I don't know, like, I'm not going to be too fussy. At least they're sticking to these guys died in real life from either an assassination or mysterious circumstances, so we're taking creative liberties here. But I'm not a big Assassin's Creed guy. It just feels kind of like, why do that?
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I kind of...
I did not know that was a story.
What was the story?
Everything you just said.
Oh, the Ubisoft thing. Yeah, no, it's a big problem with them right now. Every other...
No, like of the game, I mean. Like,
oh.
I've never known the story.
Oh, you never knew the story of it.
No,
yeah,
I never played
okay,
it,
the story
so.
the story basically is, you know, typical semi-slacker, useless-esque white dude, kind of white dude, like... I'm gonna say modern day what everyone would assume to be white dude.
Well, Connor definitely wasn't white.
Well, Connor, no, I'm not talking about Altair either. I'm talking about like the guy that gets that stuff. I like to pretend the aliens part of Assassin's Creed doesn't exist. Yeah, Desmond gets kidnapped by this company or whatever, and they're like, hey, so we have this machine that lets us see your ancestors' memories somehow through your genetics. Don't ask, because we're never going to explain how it works. Despite the fact that there's literally, like, 7 games. And, yeah, like, as you play through, you find out, like, oh, yeah, no, like, everything's been a conspiracy forever. It's always been Assassins and Templars, even though the names change. And, you know, it's been, like, this ongoing, constant, ancient war for all these relics from a past civilization that they believe were, like, godly, but then it turned out that it was just aliens. Because why not do basically what History Channel is doing nowadays and just go ancient aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the end of it basically was like, hey, 2012 didn't happen because a guy electrocuted himself to death, and now the apocalypse didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, it was dumb. It was a bad idea. So then they decided to get really hyper meta with Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. In Assassin's Creed 4, they completely ignore the fact of the aliens until about near the end of the game. When you get to the end, then it switches to aliens, but who cares, right? They get super hyper meta, where at the beginning of Black Flag, you are an applicant to work at Ubisoft. And then you work at Ubisoft and you steal secrets there.
I remember that. I think I watched Let's Play or something.
Yeah,
it's
so
weird.
meta. And, like, trust me, they made their office look better than it looks. But, of course, it's the future, and Ubisoft's, like, maybe $100 million richer. But,
Yeah.
Maybe still around.
Yeah, maybe still around after what happened now. You know, who knows? Because I'm actually going to lead into my other thing that I want to talk about. Maybe they won't be around. Maybe they've gone south and caused themselves to be hated, just like Indy 3, which might not be around anymore either. And
I know nothing about that. I saw a bunch of things
basically
going on.
a bunch of devs, let's players, and proponents of the indie dev industry who thought it would be a good idea to slap a project together to show their counterculture against E3 and, you know, modern day AAA gaming companies. Decided that they were going to all form this, you know, big, huge stream and talk about their games that they've made. Good idea, right? Like, E3's got its indie section, but it's not nearly as dedicated to it. I don't like the name Indie 3. I'm going to be really blunt about that, because that's like Indie Electronics Expo, whatever, blah, 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 right? Because that's what it was. It was like 3 E's made E3. That's why they put the 3 at the end.
Yeah.
Just call it, like, something else. Like, even just IE would work. Indie Expo.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't like the idea of parodying an actual serious thing and then just being like, oh, well, you know, counterculture. So, what had happened was Hanon, you know them, right? Or of them, at least.
I don't think so.
Okay, anyway, they're a streamer / whatever. And they were put up to do a section of the Indie 3 thing. And in doing so, the chat got wild, and this is a chat of 300 people, not huge, but fair, right?
It's quite big.
Enough to get you,
I remember
you
it
know,
started out
partnership.
at 1,000 because I saw a tweet about it.
Well, they were at about 300 people now, and again, it's not huge. It's sizable enough that it would get you a partnership if you were getting that consistently. And they had 3 mods, but 2 of them had to leave, and 1 was left. And that 1 mod can't police the entire chat, and then the person that was doing the gameplay was getting talked over by the other 2 hosts, who were commenting negatively about the game or about things happening. And so the game was neither being shown off appropriately as it was supposed to be, it wasn't being showcased well, it was having very critical things being said, the chat was being horrible. They started questioning the gender of the person speaking, which is wild to me, because, like, what does that matter, right? You're questioning something entirely irrelevant. But that said, essentially, like, the person also had fairly mild, anxiety attack afterwards because of just how poorly put together it was. And I don't mean to be naming names or throwing stuff around here, but a lot of garbage has been getting flung at Solon, if you know that one. So Solon, yeah, a lot of bad stuff is going on basically with that. And Indy 3 is basically kind of one of those, like, it was a good idea, but it was flawed from the get-go, apparently. And, again, not being a prominent person in the industry, I can't really say. Not being a person who knows these people all too well, I don't know. But it seems like if you're having one of your showcasers who's doing the streaming and you're talking over them and you're making them uncomfortable, you're not helping them out, and your goal is to kind of be the opposite of E3 while retaining the idea of what E3 stands for, and that's, the people and the games, it's kind of weird that you wouldn't be prepared in having more moderators and other stuff like that. And hello there, McSwag. Welcome. We're just discussing some stuff right now, and then we're gonna get onto the gameplay. Yeah, it struck me as odd that something where they had like 1,000 people at their max and 300 at their least, it was disappointing. And I made a comment to Hannon about it, and a lot of people seemed to like the comment. And it was basically that Indy 3 proved to me that indie devs and streamers and all those people who say that they're against the way that E3 is operated and run now can behave exactly like it when the circumstances come to it. They treated their PR terribly. When the situation broke and Hannon started talking about it and all the garbage started to fly, it's not entirely about E3, it's about Indie 3 right now. When all the garbage started to fly, really, and it just hit the fan, they couldn't handle it, and they kept on being like, hey, so, it's a shame this happened, we need to get in touch with you. And it's kind of like, are you telling me that you had this streamer on your stuff, but you didn't have their contact information? Like, I don't have your email, sure, but I don't need it, right? Like, maybe in the future, if we start working more collaboratively on stuff and we're going to be going away for periods of time or not have access to Skype, it would make sense that we would do something like that. Yeah. But right now, we don't really need to. We have each other's Skype, but they didn't even have her Skype. They had nothing, despite the fact that she was in the stream with the people on the thing. So
that's weird.
What was going on with that? And it just seemed kind of strange. And then everybody seemed to just kind of keep backpedaling, being like, oh yeah, no, it was our fault, it was our fault. Obviously, it was their fault. They should have had it covered. And, again, I'm not a big person in the industry at all. I don't have enough people to even require having 2 mods. Like, I don't even really need Charlie. I could look at my chat and be like, wow, that's some garbage. Yeah. And, yeah, you're probably missing it because you don't have Twitter, McSwag. But yeah, I could police my own because I'm so small, but I've seen what NL's chat gets turned into, and I've seen what lesser chats get turned into, and I feel if you're going to try and be the independent industries E3, you need to have that security force, you need to have that group of people maintaining a constant vigilance. You can't have 2 of them go, oh well, we're gonna go on break now, leave 1 guy to control 300 people. There was that girl who was a new streamer, and then she got the 1,300 people or whatever it was, and they all started posting ASCII dongs because they were all from 4chan. Yeah, so it's if stuff like that happens, you can't control that. But if you've set up an event, be prepared. Have people working shifts.
Something that you reminded me of when you said the indie section of E3. Yeah. When they were talking about the Nintendo stuff and they brought out the games that are on the 3DS store or whatever, and it was just a bunch of indie games. 'Cause that's all that's on there.
Yeah.
And just looking at chat during all that was hilarious. So like, look at these next gen graphics. Oh wait, they're gonna have third party games, and
Yeah.
just the entire chat like kind of got an idea of what like the general people just don't like indie games on major consoles.
Yeah.
And that just made me laugh. And I thought that was just a thing that people were okay with, and everybody in chat was like, "Look at this shit."
Yeah, see, like, that's the thing. Everyone's all for indie when it's PC. Second it touches a console, it's like, why doesn't it have the latest gen graphics? Why doesn't it have this? Why doesn't it have that? It's a game. Like, you look at Nintendo. Nintendo's the only company that currently has 1080. I don't know how. Nintendo.
Well, they have worse graphics than PS4 and Xbox do.
But they don't really have worse. They don't try to
They got
make it
better
look that
resolution.
way.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and
They're
and
just
that's the thing, though.
consoles are.
Well, that's the thing. They make it intentionally underpowered. Nintendo has a philosophy, like an actual statement, right? That says they try to do more with less intensive, quality stuff, because they believe
just making it good artwork, basically.
Yeah, they believe that they can make a good game without having to make it look as great as the console can run, because that shouldn't be what gaming is. And they understand that, but like, I mean, look at the stuff that comes out on most of the next-gen consoles anyway. It's the same drab and dreary, basically recycled stuff that happens on everything.
Yep.
So
I saw someone on Twitter being like, Zelda looked good, but don't forget it's like pre-rendered graphics and won't look like that. Like, so?
yeah, on top of that though, oh damn, it's pre-rendered graphics. That's Nintendo showing that they can do those graphics. And those graphics were way more appealing than anything I'd seen except for maybe Sunset Overdrive.
What was that?
The one that's kind of like Dead Rising meets a rail shooter, skater, parkour game.
Okay.
Yeah, like, Sunset Overdrive was bright, it was vibrant, it was very nice to look at.
Oh, wow, yeah, it does.
Looking at 95% of what was announced, it's the same stuff we're used to, you know? It's exactly the same stuff that we're used to. And nothing you can really do about that.
I think what's funny is that they announced the new Battlefront, and I don't know if it was DLC or if it's a new game. I still don't. Like, they never said that the entire time.
Okay, hold on. Battlefront, like Star Wars.
No, sorry, Cap. I keep doing that. Battlefield.
You mean Hardline?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Hardline is a new IP.
That's a new game.
It's brand. Okay, I wasn't sure. Like, they weren't saying it really good, and I was like, is this just a VLC or DLC? DLC, or is it a whole new thing?
Yeah, no, Hardline
does this play
is
every media that I need?
Hardline is its own thing. But it's basically like, hey, have you ever wanted to play Battlefield Cops and Robbers? Because here you go.
It was like, so is this Payday?
Pretty much.
But no.
Yeah, it's like half of you are the cops, half of you are the robbers. Here you go. And I'm like, probably not gonna buy it. Might buy it, but who knows?
I'm sure I won't buy it. But
one thing that I want
to beta, but
one thing I want to compliment Platinum Games on, and that is a gross sentence coming out of my mouth, because I'm not a Platinum Games fan, because it's like hack and slash action, Dante-esque type of bullcrap like Capcom, but not. And one thing I have to say though is they are including Bayonetta 1 on the Bayonetta 2 disc, and that is astounding. That's like, hey, here's a free game.
I don't know what either of those games are, but I looked at it and it looked really good.
Bayonetta is kind of like, have you ever wanted a very sexual Dante who is a woman and a witch?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, like, she calls out names of demons, and then her clothes come off and turns into a giant monster and crushes her enemies. And then it involves time travel too, because magic's not enough.
Magic time travel.
Well, no, that's literally what it is. And then it's like, I'm not gonna try and spoil it. Also, oh my god, the Yogg, please stop. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Yogg.
It's so loud. It's so loud.
Before we get started, I'm just gonna get started real quick.
I am sorry.
So, here we're back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, why?
Smash Bros is one of my favorite games, and it's on GameCube.
I am so sorry, people.
Who cares?
I just... Okay,
Did you fix it?
yeah. I turned it down to like 6 volume. I am so sorry, you poor individuals.
Nintendo does really good without graphics. Like, I'm playing through Twilight Princess right now, and there are still parts, even in this game, playing on a little tiny, like, TV that I bought at a garage sale for $5, where I just go like, wow, this is a really pretty game. It's just, it doesn't matter.
1 second, it's just I'm seeing McSwag saying some stuff.
Yeah, I just heard all that too.
Yeah. Buzz, it's back.
Oh, what did I even do?
I don't think it matters. I think it just
Nah,
happens.
it responds to bumping.
With Nintendo, I feel the graphic fidelity shouldn't matter as long as you have an art style that can work. Smash Bros. Isn't the greatest looking game ever, but everyone plays it because Smash Bros., not because it's some next-gen game. Gameplay trumps graphics. If it looks good, if it looks great, fine, whatever, but it's not everything. Yeah, no, that's entirely accurate. That's the whole basis behind indie games, really, is that you don't have to make something that looks amazing and looks like it should be a work of art. Like, personally, when it comes to the games that kind of skirt that uncanny valley between realism and ultra-realism, I don't like them. Making things look too human, making things look too real, it bugs me. And it's like, it's great, but don't do that, basically. And
Right.
yeah. Okay. And yeah, with Nintendo though, it's certainly like they make good games, but a lot of people don't want to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Twilight Princess, for instance, Nick, but
Oh.
I can say that like Zelda games, even though they are redundant, are generally better than most of the things that are released as a action-adventure game by most other companies.
Ooh, wow.
Whoa,
The only thing I don't like
that's
about-
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're fucking right.
Oh, it's doing bad things, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good though.
Hold on, I'm gonna look at listen through so I can hear it. Oh wow, that's really weird.
What is going on? Oh
I need new
my
things.
god. That is amazing.
There we go. I need new things.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh no, I was gonna say.
this is
Thanks, Mike.
This is weird. Thanks, Mike. Apparently, I just posted up the Skype thing when I chose to go to the Yogg. So OBS is screwed up now. Thanks, OBS.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Thank you. I love it when games and like programs don't always work as you plan. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's always like, what the hell did I do?
I remember what I was gonna say. What I don't like about Nintendo is their consoles. Generally, they try new things, try and be innovative, and sometimes it works out. But most of the time, it just kind of sounds gimmicky.
Yeah,
Which I still like them for doing
it
that.
sounds
It's like,
gimmicky
it's
though,
about
but
time
it's
somebody
like it's something to do though, right? Like
yeah,
people
that's what I
don't
about
like the new controller, right? I love the idea that I don't have to be looking at my TV to play that game.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
And what I do like is that they're at least trying new things. Like every other console is the same thing. At least Nintendo's trying new things. They
Well,
don't
like
always work out,
everybody,
but
everybody's going to defend. Excuse me. Everybody 10 years ago will
Yeah.
defend Xbox for their life. And the second Kinect came out, everybody was to the moon about it. I remember when everybody was talking about that like project with that like virtual kid.
yeah.
That was the most garbage thing I'd ever seen. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. And nice Skype call. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody loved the idea of Kinect. Not a year after it, no one wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, people were still just buying Wiis like you wouldn't believe. And for every person that was like, I took my Wii back, it wasn't good enough, like 10 more people bought one.
Yeah, they're just really good, like, cheap consoles. That's what they had. They were
Yeah.
cheap, and they had family games. And
Yeah,
they made
and-
a ton of money because of it.
And that's what they have now. They have a cheap console that is able to run, like the only one that is able to run 1080p. And people are like, oh, well, it's because they don't have much going on. I'm like, it doesn't matter if they don't have much going on if it looks good and it plays well. And the new Mario games look amazing. from the personal experience playing it, when I turned on the Wii U, I was like, wow, that looks
By the way,
really
just to make
vibrant.
sure, because I thought Xbox are totally 1080p, 60 FPS.
No, I know that they are 1080 60. They can't do it though. None of their games can do it. I don't know why.
No, I'm looking at games. There are some games that have it. Most don't, I'll give you. But
Okay,
some
well, maybe they're
occasionally.
getting to it now, but every game that they announced, they're like, it's going to be the 1080 game. It's going to be the 1080 game. Watch Dogs was supposed to be the 1080 game. It was like 980 or something.
Looks like most of them
Yeah,
are at
it's weird.
900.
Yeah,
That's what I'm seeing most of that.
they hit about 900 and then they stopped.
Yep, I see like 3, maybe 1080 games.
Yeah,
Minecraft was 1080. Thank you.
Minecraft 1080 sounds hilarious. Though. I gotta say, that sounds like a joke.
Yep, it really does. Some actual good game for that.
Yeah, like I'm sure they're gonna get them now, but I mean, everyone whined like, oh, Nintendo doesn't have a high resolution, high graphic thing, and then they made the Wii U and they made it only 1080 with a HDMI cord, and everyone was like, well, I don't have an HDMI port on my TV, and they're like, well, you were the one saying you wanted HD. And
Also, never mind. I was looking at the Xbox One side of this chart. PS4, like everything is 1080p.
yeah, see, they're working towards it, but most of them
Yeah,
just
it's
can't.
the Xbox side that's not.
Let's just agree that even if the Xbox pulls out an amazing, colossal amount of sales, it is still by far the worst of the three.
Oh yeah.
And it's like people are like, this is the death of Nintendo. No one remembers the Virtual Boy. It was like three-legged stand, a tripod, a red brick that you looked into, and after 20 minutes it gave you eye pain, so you couldn't do it
There was
anymore.
no way you could like fucking strap into it as well. You could just
Yeah, you couldn't put it on your face either. It was supposed to be like, hey, here's virtual reality. It was a red screen. It was 2D. It gave you eye pain, and you had to
That sounds
bend
so
down
bad.
to look into it. That was something Nintendo made. It put them in
Yeah.
debt for a little while,
That's
and
a
then they
good
got out
example
of
of
it.
Nintendo innovation that I don't like, but at least they're trying.
Yeah, like
Every game was like fucking red and black as well.
Yeah, everything was red and black. It sucked. It was terrible, and they realized it was terrible, and they discontinued it. And everyone's like, "Oh, when are they going to discontinue the Wii U?" I'm like, "Never, because it's selling and it's making money and it's doing its job."
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a Wii U, not a PS4. So
Yeah, like I already have one, so I'll add you on it. There we go.
Fair enough.
I mean, computer first, but
Yeah.
then Wii U.
With the Xbone, it should hopefully be better with the removal of Kinect, since apparently that used GPU memory. Yeah, of course that did.
That doesn't surprise. Yeah, oh yeah, it's 'cause it's like always on or something.
Yeah, this isn't
Yeah.
automatic though. Devs have to make use of it, so they probably won't take advantage of that for a while. On that note, the fact that Xbox so readily was willing to shove Kinect down people's throats is why Fable 3 is actually as bad as it is. Because
surprising.
they had an agreement with Lionhead that Lionhead had to do one game with them that would have Kinect. And they were working on Fable 3, so they said it has to be Fable 3. And because they said we're not going to do it, it's not going to work with our game. Can you imagine playing Fable 3 Kinect?
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that'd be
That's really weird.
terrible, right? So, because of that, they were like, no, we're not going to do it. And Microsoft was like, well, then you have to push it out like months early. So there was months of dev time that just never got to happen.
Any
Which
game
is
that I
why
think
it
of
turned out
that's-
bad, I guess.
I wasn't aware you had a Wii U. I put out Wii U videos on my
Yeah, it
freaking
wasn't
channel.
rare.
Yeah.
Like, that was my most rated stuff for a little while, was the Wind Waker stuff.
Yep.
Like, I'm pretty sure it even says, like, HD on it at one point, and I'm like, what Wind Waker game was HD before now?
Just upscale the GameCube. Question
Upscale.
it.
Yeah, no, I'm just totally going to overclock my GameCube game. I'm going to get a GameCube, and I'm going to overclock a GameCube.
Walk in. What are you doing? You just have an Xbox. Oh, Suki, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Go away.
What's Suki
Don't
doing?
eat that. Go away. It's my
What is
food.
with people's animals and trying to
What's your
eat
dog trying to eat,
things?
Oh, yeah, you should have heard
Yeah,
that. Oh, my
when you
fucking
weren't
cat.
here last time, Charlie's cat kept trying to eat a plastic bag.
I love that.
Oh,
I'm just like,
God.
no, get away from it.
GameCube Master Race. GameCube was a good console.
Yeah, I'm playing it right now. I love it.
It was a good console. First First time I played Tales of Symphonia was on a GameCube, and then they released a PlayStation version a few years later, and everyone was like, oh, PlayStation version's superior, and I was like, yeah, but it didn't come out on there first. So, like, as much as you want to ascribe superiority to it, it wasn't the one that got the attention of them first. Sony probably went to them and said, hey, do this, right? Because, like, I don't think Nintendo went to them and was like, hey, you've got an idea, we want it. Nintendo's not usually like that. So, they did that one time with one company, and that turned into Metroid Prime, and look how well that sold, so... I'm not a fan of that. Shots fired.
Prime the bad one, or was it another one?
Prime is the one a lot of people didn't like, but it was pretty good. It wasn't my type because it was like the Dark Souls of the franchise, where it was like, you can wander anywhere you want, but some stuff will kill you immediately.
I've never played a Metroid game, but I remember there was this one that came out that people hated because it was like, need more missiles? Just think really hard.
Yeah, no, you're thinking of Other M.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
No, people
Prime
hated,
was the okay
people
one,
hated
and
Other
then-
M for a totally different reason. They hated it because it gave Samus an actual human personality, other than just a cold, stoic bounty hunter. Because that's how everyone wants her to be. They just want her to be that girl in the armor that kills stuff, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if you read the text in the other Metroids, the 2D Metroids, it shows that she had feelings for people. But people just skip that dialogue and just go back to shooting stuff, right? So, like, in Zero Mission, it's always talking about her friend who was her superior in the military, and how she named the AI in her, in her spacecraft after him. I don't think you'd be doing that unless you were a pretty sentimental person, right? So, clearly she's pretty caring. She's just also a very strong, capable person. And with Other M, they just showed that she kind of had compassion for a Metroid because the Metroid, attached to her in, like, a bond of feeling that it was her, like, the mother. Because the Metroid hatched, and that was the first thing that it saw, was her. And then it sacrificed itself to protect her. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be kind of upset. That's like if your dog jumps in front of you to save you from a bullet.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be upset, but people are always just like, all she talks about is that goddamn Metroid. I'm like, it thought that she was the mom, and then it got killed. People are gonna be kind of upset about that. A normal human is gonna feel bad. And then they're like, oh, but, she saw that her parents died on her home planet, and I'm like, yeah, and that's why she decided to go join the military. Like, everything affects people on different levels. She worked through that, and then she was like, damn, that thing thought that I was its mother and sacrificed itself for me. People got mad at Other M because it made Samus a human. And then they were like, oh, and she was subservient to the male character. That's like removing the train god from the stream. But then they were like, oh, she's subservient to a male character because she has to listen to him whenever he says that she can use something. And I'm like, she's a bounty hunter stepping into a military affair. What happens if you think that a bounty hunter just pulls out a gun in the middle of an army-controlled area? They're probably going to take you down, right? She's got the strongest armor there, but she's still up against a bunch of guys, and if they, decide that she's a threat, they're going to try and neutralize her, or they're going to try and be like, hey, so that was illegal. If you go in and you're helping the military, you have to listen to the people that are in charge. And people were just like, oh, it doesn't make sense. She's a strong female character. She doesn't need to listen to men. And I'm like, she's in a military operation. You listen to the CO. But no, people don't want to look at games rationally. People don't want to look at that stuff and go, hey, that could actually happen in real life. So, to get off of all this tangent and to be a bit happier now, we'll be moving on to the actual games. Because that'll be nice. Might not do Dark Souls tonight because I'm not really feeling it. I played like 4 hours of it today, and it was a lot of me being like, let's grind out some bosses with the person. So you know how that gets when you're just kind of like, hey, well, let's just do this forever.
Nope.
Okay, you fought the butterfly like 8 million times. You can shut up.
Pretty much.
I was on stream when the Waterbender was doing Dark Souls for the very first time.
That's Maya, right?
Yep.
All right.
That was.
Yeah,
I heard
we
different usernames
might
from places.
we might do cards, but like a quick cards
That's
because
funny.
there's only 2 of us that could possibly be in it, so it would be super
Yeah.
short. That'd be wild. Anyway.
It was just fun. She didn't understand locking on, so just watching that was entertaining.
I've been helping Ceci, and oh my god, it's great. Because, like, you know the rats? She has no problems with the rats. She can't handle, like, anything else. So she just, like, she's slowly making progress, but then she, like, enlisted everyone else, and I was, like, intentionally playing really badly. Also, Dream God.
About time.
Oh, and Charlie invaded her. And then all he did was Dark
that's
Wood
right.
Grain ring around.
And then I just sort of like followed them for a bit.
Yeah. And something that I think that you'd find interesting, Nick. One guy got super butthurt on YouTube about how he hates Dark Souls 2 because they removed so many good things from Dark Souls 1. Namely, the reason that he hated it was that they took out the Dark Wood Grain ring. I'm like,
Yeah,
you lost the ability to ninja flip. Ooh, game ruined. 0
I never
out of
even got
10.
the ninja flip. I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's like 0 out of 10. Would not play again. No ninja flipping. That was his response.
It's a valid reason.
I don't think it's valid, but anyway, I'm gonna let Nick pick first and go yellow man, red lady, green lady, or blue lady.
Oh, it's been so long. I forgot
Green
which
Man.
one has the big mustache.
Green man.
Yeah, Green Man.
Yeah.
That's what Shepard was too.
Of course.
Yeah, no,
I mean, he's so-
I started describing him and he just started laughing.
He's so adorable with his tiny wine
It
glass.
is.
Charlie,
Oh, what did he call him again? I forgot.
he called
But,
him Sagbag.
Yeah, that's it. I'll be.
If you're ever sad, I'm
Alright.
gonna call you the sad bad guy.
It's the sad bag.
I'll be the orange fizz. Why not?
All right, and I will be, I won't be blue lady. I'll be red lady because that seems to be my usual as being red lady.
Yeah.
Oh, and we had leeches and Rat Hitler at the same time.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
then I accidentally blew up the slums with my wizard eyes.
Was it, I became like a fucking sorcerer's werewolf at one point.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
it's been a long time.
Shepard destroyed both, like, he just destroyed it both times because he was, like, town drunk.
Yeah, he was just like, fuck it,
ruined-
town drunk.
Okay, he ruined everything to the point where McSwag could call what he was going to do ahead of time.
Yeah.
He was like, he's gonna be the town drunk. And then I looked at chat and it's like, Swag said town drunk. Okay. The Yang will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. Alright, Green Man.
Green Man.
Green Man.
I wanna hold the wine glass, so I'm gonna go up there to the place that I
So-
forgot because it's been so long since I've
I
even
want to
seen
go
this
up
game.
there to the place that I forgot. Sounds like some lyrics from a really,
Alright.
really bad alternative rock song.
It really does, and I'm gonna like write that down or just keep it in my mind.
Okay, so the
Yeah, you
palace.
should like write a song out of it.
You want to attend
That's
a
it.
ball?
Yeah,
then.
that's it.
All right, there's his tiny little wine glass. That is great.
I love it so much.
He's gonna like sneeze and then just crush that and need to go to the hospital. And then when he's at the hospital,
He's gonna go,
release
"My
the leeches. You spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day, the king approaches you. Excuse me, but you look like someone who I can confide in, he says. I really want a prince to take over the throne, but the queen and I aren't exactly active in the bedroom. He blushes a little. Do you have any advice on how I could romance the queen, so to speak? Teach the king
Right.
your ways, or admit that you don't know how to help.
Well,
This is a real
I
life
don't know how to
problem.
help, but I'm still gonna teach him.
Alright.
You spend hours drawing a bunch of diagrams and going through scenarios with the king. By the end
Try
of
to
it,
imagine those diagrams if you don't know what he's talking about. Like,
he's just as charming as you are. You're basically just gonna show him what the Japanese do on a monthly basis. He
Oh,
thanks you and hands you a large sack of coins as a reward. You gain 3 wealth. Hey Noid, and with the obligatory hello out of the way, I'm off to the land of the lurkers. Yes, hello, Mr. Phony.
Alright.
Don't worry
Hey,
about
Phony.
saying hello, but it's always very nice of you two, so thank you.
Yeah.
Later that night, you get the sinking feeling that you might have actually made things worse.
I got money, so I don't care.
Oh man. Okay, so where do I go? Last time I literally spent like every day in the slums pickpocketing people just because I wanted to spite McSwag.
You mean the scums?
Well, because like McSwag was like, oh, he's gonna, you know, fight crime, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna spend the week pickpocketing people
Yep.
just to spite him. I am going to compete in a fight. I spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. I gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day, in between matches, I stumble upon one of the higher-ranked fighters ingesting illegal strength potions. Please, miss, don't report me, she
steroids.
cries. Steroids. Super steroids. Liz probably did disappear to the land of the lurkers or to another street.
Oh yeah.
I'll even share some of my potion with you. If you keep quiet, she adds. I think that I'm gonna take the fantasy steroids.
Alright.
I'll take the fantasy steroids. Thank you so much for not reporting me, she says while handing me a flask. I take a small swig of the potion and can feel my muscles expand significantly. I gain 2 physique. Alternately, that ended better than I thought. Okay, Charlie, you can go to the forest, the alchemy tower, the gardens, the tavern, the hospital, and the slums.
I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Releach the leeches. Clean up or tend to patients.
I'll tend.
Alright. You spend the
Still need a
week
doctor.
diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day a patient whose voice has been cursed and replaced with piano notes will not stop
That's good.
talking. All the other patients are complaining that his voice is making the hospital even more depressing. The doctors have tried convincing him to stop talking, but to no avail. Do you try to decipher what he's saying, or do you sing with him?
I'm gonna sing.
Alright. You start trying to sing along with his voice. You try to sing along with him, but just can't hit the right notes.
Yes.
His sound gets progressively sadder and sadder.
Oh.
They say the last time it came, the Yogg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. Hello again, Robotic Panda. And no need to worry about being late. You missed a lot of ranting and talking about stupid stuff,
Yeah.
but you have made it in time for the games. Alright, so, Green Man. Ah.
Oh wait, that's me.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the palace. But
Okay.
this time I'm going to do administration work.
Alright. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. You're gonna be a wealthy son of a bugger at the end of this.
That's my plan.
One day you overhear the jester tell a joke to a group of people. Everyone laughs, but you didn't understand the joke at all. Do you ask for an explanation, or do you try and figure out the joke on your own?
Try and figure it out, because I'm pretty
Oh.
sure that gives you more mind.
1 second. There's a question that is for you, actually. Last time when you weren't here, when Shepard was here, Panda, or Robo, whatever they prefer to be called,
Panda.
Robo Panda, they decided to create the SS LiveBag,
Ooh.
and that's an FTL. I don't know anything about FTL,
Ooh. I do.
so they're asking, what ship should the SS LiveBag 2 be?
I'll think about it.
Alright, so there you go, he'll think about it. You can probably just send that through the chat if you want. You know.
Yeah. I'll look up.
Yeah.
I'll look up chips because I'm dumb. I have bad memory.
Oh, okay, they don't care. So I'm probably going to alternate between Robo and Panda just because I'm, you know, like that. So you try to figure out the joke on your own. Several hours later, you figure it out, and a small chuckle is had. I love that.
Yeah, I like
All
to
that
imagine
thinking
him just in
gave
a
your
corner,
mind
and
a workout.
He's just sitting in a corner like.
I
So I was like,
imagine-
what was that? Oh, nothing.
Yeah, I imagine you did the original survive. Charlie survived. Okay, I am going to go to the forest, and I'm going to chop wood. I spend the week cutting down trees for the village. I gain 2 physique, and earn myself 1 wealth. One day I stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I sit and eat my lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it's doing there. Suddenly an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. I have 11 physique. I'm gonna punch it. I managed to punch the hand so hard that I appear to have shattered one of its fingers.
Yeah.
The hand recoils back through the hedge. Apparently poor trees. Poor people if they freeze to death.
Yeah.
It's the hedge.
The hedge.
The hedge. The hedge. That sounds like it could be like a Stephen King book or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The
thinking.
hedge.
It's like the mist.
I imagine that.
Something waits beyond the hedge.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a thing somewhere.
The hand recoils
Yeah.
back through the hedge. I then run away faster than I've ever in my life. I gain 2 physique again. All in all, I am super buff. Okay, so Charlie.
I don't know. Go to the garden.
That could be good, yeah. Are you going to landscape or are you going to meditate?
Or just like meditate.
Working on your mind here.
I said stop eating that. Oh.
You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, an old woman approaches you. I have a small pouch of magic beans. Would you be interested in purchasing them? They
I'll
cost
get
1
some
wealth.
beans.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, why is Liz poor trees?
Oh, because I was
All you
cutting
do
them
is kill
down.
Trees.
'Cause I
Oh,
was
she doesn't kill trees.
You know what I should do? I should play Tree Simulator for 4 hours and then slowly go insane.
Only if you get Notch in the chat.
Yes.
I'd rather not have Notch, personally. You spend 1 wealth on beans. Later, you decide to plant them in a small, rarely
Spend
visited part of the
1 wealth
garden.
on bees.
On bees. Did you know that there was a? Did you know there was a guy that invented a gun that actually fired hornets?
I don't like it.
That sounds like some
That's
sort of
pretty great.
cartoon gun.
Yeah.
It was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, the air went still. Alright, Green Man.
Green man.
Nick, could you have a ship suggestion when I get back from showering, says Panda.
I'm looking at a list and I just don't see anything. Maybe like NG because they're like computer people and we're on a computer. That's all I got.
That's a good reason, yeah, I like
That's
that.
the limit. That's the limit of my imagination right now.
Alright, so where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go do more administration work and become so rich.
You're just being a noble, basically.
Yeah.
That's why you've got that fancy hat.
I occasionally go to the ball, but mostly I'm just in the back.
Yep. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day, the court jester approaches you. Would you like to learn to juggle? He asks excitedly.
Chew on my sock. It's a new sock.
I'll teach you everything I know for a small sum. 1 wealth.
This is
or
the juggling
no
guy?
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn to juggle.
All right.
I mean, if I was gonna spend my money on anything in real life, it would be how to juggle.
NG,
Never
A,
know.
or B?
A has more drones, if I remember correctly.
Buzz, buzz.
Please not be.
Please not B. Yeah, B does suck.
Well, then go for A. It has drones, and drones go buzz, buzz.
Wait, there's no...
You spend the day with the jester practicing your juggling technique. You improve dramatically. You gain 2 finesse. You gain another 2 finesse.
I didn't want that, but okay.
You happily pay for the jester's services and you lose a single wealth. And then Misty Pony says C.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna go to the arena again and compete in a fight. I spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. I gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One night, on my way from home, I spot a rusty dagger on the ground. Do I pick it up or do I leave it? I don't have the stats to pick it up.
don't pick me up.
Alright.
Rusty DaggersGames. That'd be like if you and Shepard combined.
Oh, yeah.
Godfather C is for Cookie and is good enough for me. Godfather, you're a crazy man. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Rusty DaggersGames. The rest of my week is uneventful. Well, okay.
Did you get a light?
The fact that the highlight of your week was spotting a rusty piece of metal makes you a little sad. I love this game so much.
That's new. They added that. I don't remember that.
I like that a lot.
That makes me really
I
happy.
lose one mind. That's so good. That happened in the last game. I didn't know. It didn't happen in the last game.
No.
That didn't happen.
It didn't.
It might have happened in the last update. I don't know. But I'm just saying that didn't happen last time we played. Okay, Charlie. Forest, Alchemy Tower Gardens, Tavern, Hospital, and Slums.
Okay, never
Scums.
good place to be. Alchemy Tower.
Alchemy Tower could be good. Yeah, you definitely have the stats going for it so far. Alright, so, Alchemy Tower, clean or brew?
I'm gonna brew some shit.
Alright, now I'm not the only one that's losing their minds. That's good. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something, it'll explode. Throw it out the window or drink it.
I want to drink it.
I'm gonna say this, a guy with 10 mind shouldn't drink it, but okay.
Oh, fine.
You quickly drink the potion. Your stomach can't seem to handle the potion. Fire erupts from your esophagus for a solid minute. You're shooting a jet of flame, a jet of fire from between your lips. That burns. Yeah, I figure.
Yeah.
You lose
I
2
guess so.
physique. You
Alright.
gained very little. And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. You pickpocketed for weeks, and I think the last time you did it, nothing happened. You commented that you hadn't seen it before. That's different, though. It said that, like, nothing eventful happened, but it never said that my highlight was seeing a rusty dagger, and I felt sad for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, last time I pickpocketed for, like, the entire time, and on, like, the 6th week I pickpocketed, and it was, like, nothing else eventful happened. I was like, I stole some money, and then
that
my
was
week
just like
sucked.
you didn't get a second event.
Yeah, I never got another event. It just didn't happen.
That's kind of cool.
So, where do you want to go now?
Wait, who?
You.
Oh. I'm gonna leave my life of luxury and go pickpocket.
Wow, I'm coming across hard times. That or you're really desperate.
I got
Pickpocket.
bored of numbers.
You spend the week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. You're gonna have buttloads of finesse by the end of this. One night, a man walks up to you. Excuse me, sir, feeling a little lonely tonight? He asks. For only a small amount of coin, I can make you feel good all night.
Yeah.
That's gonna cost
Forget-
you 2. That's
forget
gonna
all that
cost
money.
you 2 wealth.
Nah, forget all that money that I had.
You're just
Let's
gonna
do that.
Okay. You hand him over a small sack of coins. You lose 2 wealth. On your way to your house, you start talking about philosophy, history, magic, everything, really. Oh god, no. The 2 of you have an amazing conversation that goes well into the morning. You gain 2 mind and 1 charm. The man apologizes for the lack of sex, but thanks you for the chat. He refunds you back half of what you spent. You gain a wealth. Not bad.
I wanted to just like stay friends with him.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But this is not a nice game.
True.
Considering twice in a row Shepard became a hollowed
chewing
out,
on that.
empty shell of a man who just stared at himself in a mirror.
Yeah.
Literally.
You chewed that entire thing away. Did you eat that plastic? You
Compete
ate that
in a
plastic.
fight.
You're gonna poop weird. You're gonna poop weird now, Suki.
This is a weird conversation that I'm here.
She's gonna poop weird. She ate a whole bunch of plastic.
I want that to be, if you ever get enough viewers or a good PC that you could stream appropriately, that whenever somebody subs to you or follows you, you're gonna poop weird.
Hey, you're gonna poop weird.
Yeah. That'd be really good. Anyway, I spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. I gain 2 physique and 1 finesse while wandering around the halls of matches, I spot my former lover, Kelly. Once again, I am a lesbian, apparently. Okay. An awkward exchange happens in which I want to see how I want to know how they're doing, but I don't really want to seem like I care all too much. The safe bet, I'm trying not to seem like I'm too attached to that relationship. Like, it happened, it meant something, but I've moved on. So after a few minutes, Jean or Jean, maybe he's a Frenchman, we don't know, one of the most popular fighters in the arena butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. We say an awkward goodbye and walk off. How does that make me feel? Last time I said it made me feel happy. This time I'm extremely jealous. I become extremely grumpy for the rest of the week. I say kill Kelly, but that's me.
Oh, that would be such a great outcome.
You just kill them both. Well, I'm no fun to be around. I channel it into working out. I gained 2 physique. I now have 19 physique.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Okay, Charlie.
I'll go. Where should I go? I'll go to the hospital again.
All right. Clean or tend?
I'll 10.
All right. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. Oh no!
Oh shit.
The leeches?
One day a patient comes to the hospital with sores that nobody's ever seen before.
Oh,
this is gonna
While
fuck
walking
me
by
up.
his bedside, he rudely asks for a glass of water.
you
Do you
can't
get
Okay,
him
sounds
water
good.
or do
Fuck
you
off.
ignore him?
I'm telling him to go fuck off.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, so ignore him. You walk past the man pretending you never heard him. He dies soon after from dehydration.
What?
You didn't help him. He died.
Oh,
Well, fuck
shit.
him, I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never
You're gonna
seen
lose
that
me all my
before.
mind.
I've never seen him die.
I've never
He
seen him
was
die
losing
either.
my mind.
He always spits at you.
Yeah, he usually controls you.
You killed the man.
You killed him.
Whoa!
And this kills the man. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, that's a thing that we didn't know happened. That is almost as bad as the time we saw the Dryad burn to death.
Oh.
No, I'm saying this was nice though. He was gonna fucking infect
Yeah, well,
me
we
with
know
it.
now. Like, we know that is a thing, and we know what would have happened before. But we know that Dryad doesn't do anything bad but want to dance.
Yeah.
Back and staying the run. Okay? Whatever that means. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong? Or have we forgotten? Alright, week 5, everybody. Green Man.
Green Man.
Ah.
Killing things in Zelda. Okay. Let's see what other place is there to go.
Well,
What are my
nothing's...
stats?
You burned the Dryad? Oh, I'm sad now. No, we did not this time. It happened...
This time.
It happened before, and we were like, man, that's
Yeah.
dark. That was dark. You have all of the places to go, really. Oh, starting, not staying. Okay.
Oh, okay, like the FTL thing. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the administration works.
And you're not gonna...
The life of crime was too much.
Yeah,
for
you were
me.
just like, man, you know what? I only made $1 that week. Screw this. I can make that working. At least that's not illegal.
Did almost get laid though.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
a prostitute.
Yeah,
But instead you had a nice chat.
counts.
Yeah, you had a nice conversation though. That's the thing. Yeah. All right, so are you going to do your administration, right?
Yeah.
I'm sad because I wasn't there to watch the Dryad burn.
What a
Holy
guy.
crap!
You're a terrible person.
Gob is a horrible man, but is the best thing at the same time. Okay, administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day, you hear somebody shouting something in the hallway. There's a bomb in the palace, they scream.
Ooh.
There's mass panic as people try desperately to escape the palace walls. You have 12 finesse and 11 mind.
Well,
I
that's
can
not good
probably
as well,
get
You
rid
could
of that.
probably disarm the bomb.
I could disarm. Yeah, let's disarm the thing.
You could.
You run deeper into the castle, trying to figure out where the explosives are hidden. You manage to find them in the wine cellar, disguised as barrels of wine. Well, what else would they be down there? The bomb appears to be on a detonator that is controlled by a powerful magic. You realize immediately you won't be able to figure it out. And get out of the building as quick as you can. You're almost out when the bomb goes off. A huge explosion knocks you through a wall. You lose 1 physique, but nothing else. Yeah, no big deal. We'll become a republic, not a.
Just got blown for a wall.
We'll become a republic, not a monarchy from now on. You know, I'm gonna go to the forest. I'm gonna go and I'll chop wood. I spend the week cutting down trees for the village. I gain 2 physique and earn a wealth. One day I come across a group of people in the woods. From the expressions on their faces, they appear to be lost. Do I rob them or do I help them?
Ooh.
This is where the question comes in. I have 21 physique. I'm gonna frickin' beat their heads in.
Yes.
Rob them. I jump out from behind a tree, brandishing my weapon, demanding they hand over their goods. One of them refuses and charges with her pitchfork. I disarm her and knock her to the ground. Everybody quickly hands over their goods and asks that you leave them alone. So,
is there an option to not leave them alone?
No. I wish I could just outright slaughter them all.
Yeah.
I gained 3 wealth though. So now I have almost as much as you. But I have 21 physique now though. So kill them all, says McSwag. Okay.
We tried.
Yeah, we tried. Charlie?
I'll go to the gardens.
I didn't hear what you said there.
Garden?
Oh, okay. Gardens it is.
Oh.
Garden?
Garden?
Meditate or landscape?
I should probably meditate again. It makes
Alright.
sense.
You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. Walking past a pond one day, you see a fat little frog sitting on a lily pad.
Oh,
Please, sir,
frog.
the frog begs. I am not a frog at all, but an enchanted prince. If you could see your way to kissing me, it would break the curse and return me to normal. You do have 9 magic.
Would that be high enough?
I don't know.
I guess we could find out.
Alright, so, kiss the frog, or catch the frog.
I'll kiss it.
You bend down and kiss the frog. Suddenly, the frog enveloped by a cloud of shimmering fog. When the fog clears, the frog is gone, and a tall, regal man is standing in the pond instead.
Oh, hell.
He thanks you for helping him, and gives you a handsome reward. You gain 2 wealth. As word spreads of your deed, your reputation improves. You gain 1 charm.
Yes.
Not bad. Unrelated. Yeah, I didn't see the Doom trailer either. The Yogg. It's almost here. Almost.
Almost here.
Almost. Yeah. What's the deal with the Yogg, anyway? Alright, Green Man.
Green Man. I'm gonna do more administration work. I live the most boring life of all time.
Yeah, you can't. It's blown up, man.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, that's right. I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
My job!
Yeah, your job is gone. Now you are poor.
In that company.
Now you actually have no job.
I had stock in that company.
Come on, get another job.
Okay.
Come on, look.
I'll get another job, which is pickpocketing.
That's a good job.
I'll get another job.
So you lose your
robbing
job.
people.
It's like, yeah, lose your job, fuck it, rob everyone, who cares?
That's like sitting there and being like, well, you know, the auto plant fired me. It's shutting down. Guess I better take that gun that's sitting in my closet and put it to use.
That shit happened.
Yeah, that happens a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Pickpocket. You know. You spend the week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One night you hear a woman whisper at you from nearby. Hey you, she calls out, looking to make a bit of coin. I'm always up for coin, or no thanks.
Wait a minute, this is vampire.
Yeah.
That. Well, it also means I get more money, so yeah, let's do it. I'm desperate. I don't care if I become a. I
You
got a job.
have
I have a family that
9
depends on me.
wealth. It is amazing.
I have a family that's depending on me. I need this money.
I'm always up for more coins. She signals you to go into the alleyway with her. Come closer, she says. Nobody else can hear what I'm about to tell you. You lean in close, eager to learn how you'll be earning this coin. She presses herself right up against you, moving her lips slowly towards your ear. Suddenly, she bites your neck viciously. Blood pours from the wound, and she clings to you tightly, lapping it all up. You black out. When you come to, you see her standing over you. Thanks, she says, tossing you a couple coins. You gain 1 wealth. What an unusually nice vampire, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
really.
she
Just,
stayed
like,
there
she
to
wanted
make
just
sure
do her
you were
duty, that's
okay, and then she paid you.
She's just doing her duty as
I'm
a vampire.
gonna let him post that link, because I'm gonna assume that that's Doom.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a link. Who cares?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, like, yeah.
I mean, it's a YouTube link. It's not gonna be bad.
Well, it could be bad. You never know.
Well, there are some strange
It
shit
could be
on
something racist or something.
Sure.
She then melts
But
into the
it's not,
shadows. When you feel your neck, you notice your wound has completely healed. Your body feels ice cold. You gain 3 charm though, but you lose 3 physique. You have 1 physique.
Oh,
But
so I'm really fast, but I'm really weak.
Yeah, but like, think about that. Your guy was huge. Think about what he looks like now.
There's a lot of like skin.
He looks like
around.
he looks like Fat Bastard at the end of Goldmember.
I don't know what that means. But okay.
Look up Fat Bastard at the end of Goldmember
want to.
afterwards, and he's just like skin hanging off. It's so gross. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the arena again and compete in a fight. I spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. I gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day while wandering around the hall, I spot Jean. Hey, that's the guy that stole my girlfriend. Do I suppress my anger or punch him in the face?
Punch him.
I'm
you know
gonna
what you
punch.
gotta do.
I'm gonna punch
You know
him
what
with
you
my
gotta
23 physique.
You're gonna break his head off.
It'd be like Fable.
I hope so.
Yeah.
As I walk by, I take a swing. He tries to duck, but I'm too fast. My fist connects and knocks several of Jean's teeth loose. My rage ended up severely injuring somebody. I lose a charm and a mind. But it was a nice punch, though. I gained 2 physique and 2 finesse. Sweet revenge.
Worth it.
Yeah,
Worth it.
that's worth it. I may be salty, but I keep the links stream appropriate. Thank you. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
And last one for this turn, Charlie.
Now, where would be relevant to go at the end?
You could go and check on your beans.
Yeah, you know what? I want to check on my beans. I want to see if they grow.
All right. So landscape or meditate?
I guess we do last
Why
day,
not? I might as well get a bit more mind.
Meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, while in the gardens, you notice a beanstalk.
Yes.
Do you eat it or do you water it?
Well, right now it's not going to grow, so I might as well eat it.
You pick the plant and bite into it. It tastes incredible. You feel energy coursing through you. You gain 2 physique and 3 magic. Holy crap.
Oh.
Damn.
The storm arrives in the night. By the morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends, and we see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Is it? Are we past saving? Alright. We got a very flooded and wrecked up town here. Granted, the only one that actually was wrecked before the Yogg was totally Dagger's Lame's fault. Damn, those damn magic beans, McSwag, I watched it, and the teaser did not excite me at all. It's Doom.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Green
The movie was
Man,
really good in a bad way.
you have 1 physique.
You should so be a builder.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're the skinniest huge man.
What if I choose Builder? Builder.
You would be the worst
kill you.
builder. You'd be the worst builder.
No.
You have 14 physique, 11 mind, 11 charm, and 10 wealth. Holy.
I have 1 finesse but 14 physique. I love that.
You're just the fastest man.
I'm so light. Light on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what finesse is good for.
You'd make a good tailor, basically.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the worst thing I've ever heard finesse doing.
Tailor and
I'll-
smelter, actually.
I guess I'll use all my wealth.
well,
Smelt it all down.
Yeah, like smelter would be good for you. Smelter
Yeah.
demon.
Smelter demon's bad though.
Okay, so smelter. You volunteer to smelt your now useless coins. You've spent all that time earning those. So many wasted hours, man.
Whatever, my company burnt down. It's not worth anything.
Yeah.
I tried to save it and
Who gives a
everything.
shit?
The rest of my life.
So you smelt them into, building materials. You go to put your valuables into the furnace when suddenly your skin turns milky white. Oh man, you're getting effects of the vampire stuff after the ending.
Afterwards.
Oh my god. You
Makes me
lose
so happy.
you lose 3 physique. You have -2 physique.
Wow.
I'm looking at it and you have base 0 physique.
I'm so weak.
Green Man is sad as hell. Well, yeah, he's got like twig arms now. He started out being the buffest man, and now he's like, I can't even lift up this book. He's
I can't even lift all this money I have.
I just felt them one at a time. Oh god. You also notice your teeth are a little sharper than usual, and your complexion clears up instantly. I didn't think he had that rough of skin. You gain 3 charm, but your ribs are basically visible. You notice another smelter beside
Look
you,
at that hot skin. Yeah.
wiping. It says whipping for some reason. I've never seen someone whip
Alright.
sweat from their brow, but okay. Whatever.
They do it really fast and it like whips off.
Her neck fully exposed. You can see a vein or two. Delicious. Before you know it, you're coated in blood with a mangled form in front of you. There are several people around you, and they're filled with delicious nectar. The next few hours are a blur. You wake up to find yourself in the middle of the woods. You don't quite know what happened, but you're pretty sure it didn't help the survival effort. He lost physique after the ending. Damn.
I love how in Zelda you get this move that's like, it's unblockable, we'll guarantee kill, and then there's this enemy right now that's just blocking it every time I try and use it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, well, I got 25 strength, like physique, and I know that's great for the builder, but imagine if I was the leader and just ruled by force.
You just punched everybody.
I want to do that, but like I don't want to do it. Like I feel
you have
like
to make up for my vampire.
I feel like your vampireness has already screwed us substantially. So
Well,
but
I don't know.
will,
Did it count my wealth? Like, I think it did. Still,
Yeah, but then it said you didn't help the survival effort.
maybe I didn't help, and then I did help.
We'll see. Okay, but I
Or did help
am
and didn't
gonna
help.
go builder just because 25 physique is goddamn ridiculous.
That's so great. Look at me, like -2.
Yeah.
I take it upon myself to help rebuild the town by hand. I rebuild homes at breakneck speed, impressing the rest of the survivors. This helps the
lift up the
rebuilding
homes.
effort significantly. Or pull a shepherd and be the town drunk. Nobody would fuck with me. Imagine that chick just buff as all hell, and then she's like just swigging back booze. Person's like, hey, we need that to clean wounds. Just shoves their face inside of itself. It's like, that's what I do to people that tell me what to do. Okay, and Charlie. You have
Alright.
5 physique and finesse. You got 16 mind. That is wild. You also have
Yeah.
13 magic. So I think you could be a doctor or a conjurer. You could maybe even be a leader because you're very smart.
Well, I guess the best thing would probably be doctor.
Considering we have a lot of people becoming vampires, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Alright, so doctor. You take it upon yourself to help the sick and injured from the Yogg. You're able to fix up most of your patients in no time at all. This means that there are more people to help with rebuilding the town because the lady with 23 physique couldn't do it on her own. 25.
25. -2, 25.
This helps the survival effort considerably. And so, we set about our tasks once more, living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected or even wanted. But in the end, we were defeated because of goddamn Daggers Games. Daggers Games ruins the Yogg.
I needed that money. I love how YouTube both did like really good, like the best you could possibly do, and I just fuck it all up.
Shepard did it too, but he picked the town drunk. He didn't eat half the town. Those of us left struggled to put our home to rights, but the effort was futile, doomed. The city bled survivors, most of them vampires, eventually becoming a husk. And perhaps the Yogg was only partly to blame, because a lot of them were vampires.
What do we mostly blame? Vampires.
Daggers Games broke the Yogg again.
I wasn't even playing.
Under the cover of night, you sneak back into town. Oh, what's this?
What? No.
You hide in the sewers, constantly craving the taste of blood. Finding that rats aren't enough, you take to the surface, preying on victims sleeping on the streets.
That 2 wealth wasn't worth it.
Sometimes they die immediately. Sometimes they get very sick. And sometimes they join you in the sewers, preying on the townspeople alongside you.
Oh.
Before long, you've developed an entire underground civilization.
I made a vampire army.
You actually did something. You actually made a town. You rebuilt the town.
Wrong kind.
Like, yeah, like a vampire legion. You basically became like Skyrim's DLC. The town
so
in
you're gonna fight me now.
Yeah, the town in shambles with my 25 physique. The town in shambles. I'm too afraid to go anywhere else. Somebody offers strength potions in exchange for services as a bodyguard, probably from Nick's Vampires. I happily oblige. After a few strength potions, I become dependent on them, craving them constantly. They take a huge toll on my body, and my health deteriorates quickly. On the outside, I look like a hulking beast, but my insides are rotted and limp. One day I have too many potions, and my corpse is found face down in a puddle of vomit and foam. Holy crap.
You go out like a rock star.
Well, I was an arena star. I had so much strength, and I beat my, ex-girlfriend's, lover
you were
in the
thinking about her
face.
the whole time. You're taking those drugs.
Hello there, Butter Armor 22. That's a crazy name.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna imagine it says butter armor because that makes me happy.
Butter. Okay. Well.
Just wearing butter.
Just wearing butter. In the ruins of the village, you tried to set up some form of infirmary to help cull the rampant diseases running amok, namely vampirism. You try to find helpers, but it appears anyone able has either fled the city or died. Like me.
Probably because of vampires.
Yeah, because of vampires or drinking too many strength potions. Either way, you try your best to cure the scores of plagues killing people all over the ruins. Unfortunately, all of your contact with various diseases takes its toll. You die without saving anyone, leaving only vampires.
So I did nothing.
You tried to help, but in the end, think about it this way.
It didn't matter.
All the diseases either killed everyone or they became vampires, and it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm. So,
Nick is the only person who won the Yogg, and he didn't even really win. He became an abomination.
I mean, I'm happy in my life. Am I though? I don't think I am actually. Never mind.
I don't think your character's happy, but we can hope, right?
Yeah.
We can.
Well, your character's alive.
Yeah,
at least
you're
I'm
alive. You're at least alive. That's all.
And depending on what type of vampirism we believe in, I will always be alive.
Morning, Butter Armor 22. For me, it's 9:30 p.m. But good morning. Yeah, it is 9:30 as well here. He just says that for everybody. It's not even night for him. He just says that. Like, it's not even morning for that. It's just night, and he just says it. Oh God. Oh God.
I don't know what you knew I was gonna say, but okay.
I knew Nick was going to say that. Who knows what Nick was going to say?
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put up an in-between thing for a little while and have it run because I need to go get a drink. But then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do another thing of the Yogg, and then we'll probably switch over to Cards Against Humanity, maybe something else. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, I'm fighting that big knight dude in Zelda. I like this guy. But also I hate him. Bum, 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 bum. Ah! What? He's all armor. How do I fight this guy? I forgot. This? No. Ow. I don't remember how to fight this giant knight guy. Oh, never mind. Got it. Ah,
Alright.
suck it. Linkin Park song. Thanks. I learned well.
Mm.
I'm really thirsty too.
Alright.
Not gonna get up though because I'm too lazy.
Yeah.
How's this guy blocking arrows with a sword? You can go wipe yourself.
So why do I feel so fucking hot?
Because it's hot and summer sucks.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
it
one.
does.
Really does. I like winter. Every now and then I'm
I
like,
don't
yeah, I'm
like
gonna
it.
move to Canada where it's colder, and then I remember I'm on the same longitude as
I
Toronto.
don't like it being
so it doesn't
hot.
really help me.
Being hot sucks.
Yeah. I feel like I also want to turn my air conditioner on, but once again, don't want to get up. Problems.
Like over here, at least like the temperature doesn't get like too hot or too cold. It's sort of like
Nah, it gets like 90 here. Of course, that's Fahrenheit. So
which is definitely different here. If that was degrees, that would like Celsius, that'd fuck you up.
yeah, I think you'd be dead a little.
You'd be
little bit
burnt,
dead.
mate.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, you'd be burnt to death.
Yeah, probably.
Yo.
Hello. I am back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Oh god, why is Pac-Man in this new Smash Bros? Why is Sonic? Why is Mega Man? Why not? Have you seen how his creators treat him lately? I think Nintendo deserves it.
Wait, Pac-Man's in it? What the poop's he gonna do? Is he an actual playable character, or is he just
Yeah, no,
in the
he
background?
is.
Ah,
Maybe he would just like eat everything.
Nick, he has arms and legs. Like, canonically...
normally he doesn't.
Yes, he does. It's just the
No.
game... Yes, he does. Look
No.
on the
Way I
side of any goddamn Pac-Man machine.
Nope, I don't like it. Even
He's-
if he has arms and legs, I just don't like it.
Canonically, he has arms and legs.
I don't like it.
It's
If
just that you...
Pac-Man's in, is there fucking Miss Pac-Man as well?
No. And everyone
Yeah.
was like, oh, now they're not going to have Miss Pac-Man. I'm like, I hope that becomes an actual issue and not like a joke. Just because that would be so
Yeah.
stupid, right?
It's gonna be an issue, you know it.
Yeah,
Of
but,
course,
like,
I joked about it just then, but
Pac-Man
yeah.
will just eat all the drugs around. What?
Well, maybe.
I don't understand that.
I like to imagine that's what he's doing.
Just waka 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 waka. Eating drugs?
Yeah,
Quack, quack.
yeah, like those
And
are
cherries. Don't forget the cherries.
Yeah, well, like... We don't... Okay, we're not allowed to talk about what he does with people's cherries. Alright, so...
Yeah.
I'm gonna boot up another round of the Yogg, and then we will move on to better and brighter things, even though that is probably most definitely a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's comforting.
Jet God,
Check God.
gotta find him a sacrifice soon. Alright, we'll stick with our
yeah.
previous colors, considering I don't think anyone really wants to change, so yeah.
No, okay.
The little
So,
dots
Ah.
Pac-Man eats, they're pills, drugs, stuff like that, Kappa. Well, there you go.
Yep.
The Yogg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives week by week, unaware. We expect it, but that's why we're playing this game. See what ending we get. Alrighty then. So, Green Man. Where do you want to go?
I feel like I should do something different this time, but at the same time, I don't want to.
The world is your oyster.
I don't like oysters. I've never actually had oysters.
It's a saying.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually
I'm gonna
is.
go to the alchemy tower.